Hello, everybody. Now, this may be a little bit of a weird video, but I felt that I wanted to, I guess, shill a little bit more for Brandon Sanderson because if you're a fan of the channel or if you've been here around, you know that I am a huge fan of Brandon Sanderson. I love the Cosmere. I pretty much love everything to do with it. I've been a big fan of it ever since I found it after reading Wheel of Time. And I've sort of been a pro Brandon Sanderson person since then. And I think that it's important to realize or to take note more than realize that I think Brandon, Mr. Sanderson, is doing a lot of things right, and that I wish a lot of other authors and creators would do with their fans. And I want to show you a few things that you might not be aware of. Some you probably are aware of if you're in the fantasy realm or if you've been hanging around the channel. But I think that he is sort of the model of how you should treat your fans. And you may not like the way he writes. You might not like his writing. But I think to deny that he is a genius when it comes to marketing and presenting his product, I think would just be being ignorant of the things that he is doing. So he's doing some of the things that he's doing the Kickstarters, which I think pretty much everybody knows about. If you don't, then I guess you're just not paying attention, or you just don't want to know, which is fine too. But he has, and I'm going to bring it up here. He has his he's got so much stuff that you can interact with him and his team at Dragon Steel. It's ridiculous. So we have, of course, his website, which has been up for a long time, which of course if you're a fan, you can track his progress. You can see what YouTube videos are up. It makes it very easy to see what's going on with Brandon himself, Dragon Steel, and and of course there's also the newsletter, which every once in a while there will be a nice little chapter or whatnot dropped in there, which is nice. And then I think one of the big things that I am like I haven't really seen, and you can tell me if there's other authors that do this, but I think the most impressive thing for me is I'm going to hit the shop button here, which takes you to dragonsteelbooks.com, and or Dragon Steel, which is obviously his company, is this catalog of just swag and merch that is available from Brandon Sanderson and Dragon Steel. Of course, we have the Kickstarter miniatures, which are back up now, available if you missed the Kickstarter. But look at this catalog. I'm just going to go to all products because there's so much swag and so much merchandise, and that's what was one of the number one things that I have struggled with Wheel of Time. Being a big Wheel of Time fan, is where do you find Wheel of Time merchandise? Why can't I get a Dragon banner? Why can't I get an official Rand Heron blade? Well, Sanderson has pages and pages of stuff. We got the coins, we got the Doom Slug from not I actually don't read the sci-fi ones, but I've heard they're good. I don't know, I can't say, but so I don't know have much attachment to the Doom Slug. But Bridge 4 patches, which I would love to get some Bridge 4 patches and maybe do a giveaway on the channel. But there is 12 pages of merchandise, and that's not even counting shirts and stuff that you can get on Amazon. So I think the availability and the wide variety of merchandise that is continuing to come out is just awesome. I love that I can get a hold of all kinds of stuff that is representative of his stories, which sometimes more I think more often than not can be sort of harder to get. And it's nice that it's presented from the actual author, so it's his vision of what's going on in the books. I've said that before. From his Kickstarters, I think it's important that we're getting visual representations of how he thinks these characters look. And speaking of we're going to close this up. So I think it's awesome the amount of merch that is available, and I think that's a boon to his fans. I think it's great for his fans. I think he's looking out for us by giving us things to support him and be able to own a piece of the Cosmere. Now, as stuff comes out, I'm going to buy as much of it as I can, but unfortunately, haven't quite been successful enough to save up for any of those leather bounds yet. But I would love to get my hand on some of those leather bounds. But speaking of leather bounds, one of the other things that he's doing that I think is another thing that is just proves his popularity and proves that he is doing a lot of things right is, well, his Kickstarters, which we had the first big one, and I think it was the first. I think he kickstarted the other leather bounds, but the big one, the big one that put him on the map was the Secret Four. The Secret Four made $41 million, and I think it proved to everybody that this model is a workable model. It's something people want, and it was one of those things. I find, I got it. I'm pretty sure I ended up getting all of it. And I'll tell you what, I was not disappointed one bit about the campaign and everything that I got. I the only thing I didn't get was actually the physical books, but all the coins, the pouches, all the swag boxes were amazing. I have so much stuff that I never thought I so much stuff related to the Cosmere that I could not have for Wheel of Time or well, probably Game of Thrones, maybe even Lord of the Rings. I mean, it's crazy the amount of access you get to just his ideas, and I think it's great that he has presented it to us and he is involved with us in that and it's obviously paying dividends, because $41 million, right? But that shows that there's an interest for this. He has this one, and then obviously he's had the miniature one, the one that is actually sort of making me I can't believe it, but the miniature one that he launched, which I got all the miniatures as well. As if you haven't obviously, if you're around the channel, you saw me buy all the miniatures, and the miniatures are phenomenal. I love the miniatures. I got a lot of painting to do because you got $4.1 million on that one, but that's not, what are the miniatures for besides for looking cool? Well, the current one that everybody is going crazy for is we have not the Stormlight RPG, but the Cosmere RPG, which those figures are supposed to work hand in hand with. We're at 5.4 million and rising with a day to go, so we're going to keep an eye on this big time. I plan on doing a bunch of hopefully a campaign with viewers and everybody. We're going to talk about more about that on the channel here soon, probably even as soon tonight. But I think it's awesome that he's partnered with Brotherwise Games, and that he is presenting this unique look and experience into his world. I don't know that I don't know. Dungeons and Dragons, there's books related to it, but I don't know if just a one-on-one experience where the author of a work has just presented, basically welcomed you into his universe, actively making you a part of it. I think it's genius. I think it brings more and more eyes. Every Kickstarter that he does, I think it's the merch, these Kickstarters, it brings eyes upon the Cosmere and all of his work. I think with each one he does, I think he becomes more popular. I know for myself, while it's a little costly to my wallet, every time we get one, I get more excited. I find more interesting stuff about the Cosmere. It gets me excited for more Cosmere books, whether it's Stormlight, Mistborn, whatever. And I think I think it's ingenious. Every time you think you're done thinking about something in the Cosmere, there's something new that's popping up, whether it's a book or miniatures or a surprise book or new merchandise. There's always something popping up about the Cosmere. And I think that's, if it doesn't leave your brain, then well, obviously you're going to be thinking about it and trying to talk people into it. and talk people into enjoying it with you and experiencing it with you, which I find myself doing all the time. I know several people, including my son, who has started reading Cosmere books because well, I am constantly thinking about the Cosmere because of all the cool things that I've been presented by Brandon Sanderson to be a part of. Now, 17th Shard is there. That's the forum. I would spend days and days and days falling down every rabbit hole that 17th Shard presents. But I think I'm not going to show 17th Shard here, but I think the craziest thing about the 17th Shard forum is that Brandon Sanderson is active on that forum, quite active. He is there all the time, intermingling and answering questions and putting those RAFO cards out there, just answering questions and being involved with his fan base. I think that's also one of the best and most ingenious things that he's done. And it sounds silly you're saying ingenious, but it really is. He is always communicating with his fan base, and I don't know that I've ever seen to this level, and I find it impressive. I don't know how he does it, but I think it's extremely smart. uh, I hope it makes him feel good to know how much that well, me personally, how much I mean, I can only speak for me, but I'm sure there are many out there that appreciate just the level of involved he is in sharing what's going on with him, his books, his process, and everything. He has his YouTube channel, which um, every week there's an update about something. I don't know that he's missed one. If he's not there, one of his team, which most of his team that he surrounded himself seem like really good people. Brotherwise Games he's teamed with for the miniatures. These are all very, very smart moves, in my opinion, to just surround yourself with good people and be presenting new ways to consume your product. And then, like I said, the YouTube channel, he's constantly giving updates. He has his, streams, like his random streams where he's signing all his books, which I've never seen a single person sign so many goddamn books. It's amazing. The amount of time. I don't know where he finds the time in the day to do all this crap, but thank goodness he does. But at any given time, you can pop onto the YouTubes, and Brandon could be there signing books and having a discussion about who knows, right? And anything, right? And that's also one of the cool things is it seems to be he's pretty open book about talking about stuff, which his interaction with the fan base is sort of unparalleled. You know, he's a busy guy. He has to be. He's writing books like he's a machine. But he still has this time instead of just sitting there signing away and in the confines of his office. He's decided to take that time and share it with us, his fans, and answer questions and and just have some fun while doing it. It makes him very approachable. I think it's a very smart way to conduct business. Um, it's one of those things. I think he'd be very cool to hang out with Brandon Sanderson. It seems like he's a very laid back, cool dude. I hope he is like he is when he's on YouTube because he seems very genuine. But I think it's awesome that he will take time to interact with the public, his adoring fan base so much. To even the fact where I have it here that he started doing game streams. I watched the whole. I'll tell you right now. I want to bring it up because I watched the whole of it. He started playing Elden Ring when the DLC came out, and I thought it was amazing watching Brandon play Elden Ring with his Church of the Bonk, and having some fun, laid back, taking a break. I couldn't believe he wasn't signing something while he was while he was doing this, but I think it was a very, very, very fun and very smart. It makes him a person. And look, I know, like I said at the beginning of this, I know some of you might not like the way he writes, but you know what? I don't. I am a fan of Sanderson for life. I think he does a lot of things in the name of, uh, his fans, and I am grateful. I know this is an odd video, but I did want to make it just because I think that he's a genius. I think that, and I'm not saying about his writing. I think, I love his writing, but I think the way he has decided to market his product, market the Cosmere, several fronts. I hope that at some point he decides that he is going to kickstart a Dragon Steel studio, and not let any studio take his novels. I hope that he holds on to them. I hope he makes his own production studio, makes cartoons, video games, and all that, because I know I would probably be uh, in a giant line of people that would be more than happy to help kickstart Dragon Steel Studios, to let him retain control over his properties. Um, but yeah, so like I said, um, a little bit of a weird video, but I think Brandon Sanderson is the model that people should be following in the industry. Very hands-on with his fans. He gives a lot to us, and I think probably most of us, by showing our appreciation, not only by following these Kickstarters, but by being a part of them and reaping the benefits of the hard work that he and his team has done. Um, yeah, so I for one can say I will be a part of any Kickstarter that he does, because I am that big a fan. I am in from Cosmere start to Cosmere end. I can't wait to see where it's going. And it sounds weird, but thank you, Brandon Sanderson, if you ever watch this, for all the interaction and all the things that you present for us to enjoy for the Cosmere. And I look forward to more and more. So thank you again. Weird video. If you burned with me for this, thank you very much. But if you haven't read Brandon Sanderson, give him a shot. Uh, I'll tell you what, you won't have anybody that is more involved with his fan base, or has more to present, or probably quicker writer, because Wind and Truth, I have it up on the screen. Wind and Truth is right around the corner, and it seems like every time you think that you're gonna get a little break to reread something, a new book is coming out, which is, I wouldn't have it any other way. So thank you again for watching. Give Brandon Sanderson a try. If you like tabletop RPGs, the tabletop RPG Sanderson, not that I guess I'm advertising too for him, but we're gonna be talking about that RPG probably later tonight. Having some fun taking a look, because it looks like a lot of fun, and it looks like a lot of hard work went into it. So I look forward to get my hands on that, and having some fun with friends. I guess delving into Roshar at first, and then onward and upward. So thanks again for watching, and thank you, Brandon, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.